After the first Big 12 football win over West Virginia in amazing fashion, we have Houston Cougars quarterback number one, Donovan Smith, joining me here today. Donovan, again, thanks again for taking the time out. How you doing and how you feeling today?
I'm feeling really good. We got practice today, just regular Tuesday practice,
Right.
but coming in, I feel great. Body feels good, so
Mhm.
got no complaints at all.
Awesome. There's a lot of talk about the game against UT, of
Mm,
course, and then the win against West Virginia and the Hail Mary. We're going to be talking about that, but first, I really want to hear about your personal story. How'd you get
mm,
into football, and what inspired you to play
mm.
the game?
Yeah, I've been playing football since I was 5 years old.
Hmm.
Coming from a sports family, mother ran track. My dad plays football, so he's been a college coach for like 20 years, 25 years going on. So I just always been around ball.
Yeah,
Kind of get in trouble on the field when I'm not supposed to do at practice, at my
yeah,
dad's practices,
yeah.
get on the field and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But I just always been around sports. It just runs in the family, and ever since 5 years old, I lived in Ohio, and that's kind of when it all started. And just ever since then, never looked back, and I just love playing football.
Awesome. That's a really great story. And is there any particular player that was your favorite growing up watching the NFL?
Yeah, I used to be number 7 before I changed number 1
Yeah.
because Case Keenum.
Hmm.
But originally, when I was younger, I used to love Mike Vick.
Yeah.
So he was kind of like one of my inspirational quarterbacks, I guess you say. Then as I got
Yeah.
older, like how realized how big I was, I changed to Cam Newton. He
Hmm.
was up there as
Yeah.
well. So those are really my two guys that
Hmm.
starting off I kind of looked up to and just like want to model my game after them.
Yeah, for sure. I've heard a lot of fans, they kind of compare you to Cam Newton. They can
Yeah,
see that. They can
for
see that
sure.
comparison with you for sure. I can see that too.
Yeah.
Um, I know your dad is in the NFL. He's the running back coach for the Colts, correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
So, is there any favorite team that you had growing up? I know you're in Vegas, right? So,
Yeah,
are
yeah.
you Raiders now?
I mean, I don't really have a favorite. I kind of just more like player based, but I guess you could say
Hmm.
like right now, I'm trying to be a bandwagon, but like
Yeah, yeah.
The Eagles are up there for me.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a big Chiefs fan, not a Cowboys fan at all. I don't think I'm a big Cowboys fan,
Yeah.
but I think right now it's been the Eagles so far.
Awesome. Yeah, Jalen Hurts, he's pretty
Yeah,
good. So for sure,
really good.
I think that's a great team that they have right there. And your father, how would you say he impacted you, not just as being a dad, but also his background in football? How would you say he helped you overall in your journey?
Oh yeah, I feel like he's helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Just coming from experiences he had,
Hmm.
going through games, wins and losses. Like he had, he kind of helps me compartmentalize everything that like I may go through. Like when I lost, he kind of talks me through it. What's the next steps?
Hmm.
Trying to keep the team together. What I need to say or what I need to do. Is really how he helps me out with that. Um, and then just in general, just talking to me, even not about football, just checking
Yeah.
up on me, how's my day going and everything like that.
Right.
I feel like helps me a lot. Just not that
Hmm.
don't always got to talk about football with him,
Yeah.
but it's good. Usually I could talk to him if I need to about anything. Doesn't have to be football either. So he helps me a lot going through like the whole college journey and stuff like that.
Awesome. I think that must have been really, really helpful for you. And is there any particular moment or game that I guess you really look back on that really impacted you in a certain
Mm.
way? Is there any particular moment?
I would say it was my first game starting, like my first start I ever had. It
Yeah.
was actually against Brock Purdy
Oh,
when he was
really?
he was at Iowa State.
Yeah.
So we won that in it was like a 63-yard field goal. I think our kicker
Okay.
hit. But that was like really my first game. I had Coach Cumby. He was my head coach at the time, so he kind of gave me like my first big break.
Mm.
Just trusted in me. He's like, "Hey man, I feel like you're a great player. We want you to play."
Yeah.
So that kind of just like kick started after that win, and just kind of got my career going. Really, I would say. So I was excited for it, but I definitely say that was one of like the big moments, big games where it kind of just like started everything for me.
Awesome. And it's your first year as a Cougar. We're glad to have you here. I
Hmm.
think you've done a great start so far for the team.
Appreciate it.
Um, I think just how do you say that just liking your first year here
Mm,
as part of the Houston Cougars? How do you like your first year and how is it?
mm.
I guess based on your expectations.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I'm from Las Vegas,
Right.
so
Yeah.
being going to Lubbock was like a big change for me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
coming back here, being like a city vibe, it
Right.
definitely fits for me. And then just being able to have like a city vibe, but then also go to college too and play
Yeah.
football at a great school. I
Mm.
feel like that's just a great combination of things for me. So I feel really good about it. I love
Mm.
the place where I'm at. I love being a Cougar right now. So it's just been great. I had no complaints at all.
Absolutely. I think it's been a really great fit for you. And we talked about the win against West Virginia. Have you been
Mhm.
able to process it by now during that Hail Mary completing it?
Yeah, it's still it still takes some time to process. I mean,
Yeah,
we're going into our next week, so I'm kind of got to put it aside now.
right.
But
Uh,
just looking at it, it's just still to this day, it's just looking at it and just like, wow, that is crazy.
yeah,
And just like the moment replaying in my head that when I was on the field, it's just kind of crazy just to think about. You know, you see it on TV.
yeah,
You know, you never think it will happen for real. So it's just crazy to think about. Sometimes get lost for words
mm,
when I think
yeah,
about
for
it.
sure. I saw the game. That was incredible, man. That
Yeah,
that was really crazy.
insane.
And you had 5 total touchdowns at that game, 78% completion. What has it been like? Just seeing the offense kind of click over the past few weeks. What's changed?
Really just learning each week. You know, that's kind of how it is for every team, especially us as being like really a brand new team.
Yeah,
We got new parts everywhere on the field. Our O line is really the most solid and the most, I guess, say veteran area on the team. But everywhere else is kind of just like new guys, new pieces. We all got to get used to. So it's kind of just the growing pains going through at the beginning of the season. But now I feel like we're all getting on the same page.
yeah,
Everyone's feeling good about where they're at, feeling good about the offense and everything that needs to do timing wise as well. So
yeah.
we just keep building each week. You know, we learn from stuff each week, and we just try to correct it going into the next game. So it's the same thing we're going to do this week.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think it's really important, kind of develop that chemistry with the wide receivers as
Mhm.
well. Stephon Johnson, of course, had a
Yeah,
great game.
for sure.
Joseph Manjack, Matthew Golden, you have a really great wide receiver room. How do you say you've been able to, I guess, get that chemistry with him or through for the last few weeks, I guess?
Yeah, it's just really throughout practice. You know, you
Yeah.
just talk to them. You know, you mess up plays. Like
Hmm.
you really want to mess up plays sometimes, just so you can understand. Like, hey, you know, get on the same page with
Yeah.
certain stuff like that. But just each guy, you know, we give each other feedback in practice. Of they ask me like how you want this to be run, or where they want to see me, or what they saw, and stuff like that. So really, just communicating in practice, and then communicating in the game as well. Just what they're seeing out there, maybe stuff I don't see, has definitely helped us improve our game, improve. Like you say, my accuracy
Yeah.
and where I want to go with the ball and everything like that.
Yeah. It's been really great to see you guys develop as a team overall. And Coach Fullerson, he's really known for developing quarterbacks over the years that he's been coaching. Obviously, with Case Keenum
Hmm.
before, he had Clayton Tune last year. So, how would you describe the job that he's done with you and the development aspect with him?
Yeah, he's been very good. You know, just really in the aspect of not really changing my mechanics, footwork, but just talking to me about ball. You know,
Yeah,
what he's seen, what's the smart decisions to make as a quarterback, things you can and can't do, and stuff like that. So definitely just helped my game out into the aspect of learning and understanding the game
yeah,
has been the biggest part, and then just allowing me to go out and play is really uh, what he believes in and what he wants me to do.
yeah, absolutely. I think that that's really important. I think it's been really good to see you two work together. Um, and I know you played a little bit of other sports during high school, like track and field or
Yeah,
basketball, correct?
yep,
So,
both of those.
so how have they helped you in football? Do you think they've had an impact?
Yeah, for sure. I think track and field, I ran hurdles, so
Yeah.
definitely just my flexibility wise, it
Hmm.
definitely has been a really important part of my game
Yeah.
that most people may think is not important, but just being flexible out on the
Yeah.
field and making cuts that I may not seem like I should be, or like bending certain ways. You know, you get bent up sometimes.
Yeah.
Usually people get hurt, but just being flexible and being able to move my body in certain ways, I felt has definitely helped me. And then basketball, I guess. I don't really
Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, basketball just kind of for fun.
Yeah.
I would say uh, my hops, but you know I don't think
Yeah.
I do that in the game. So I try to keep my feet on the ground as much as possible.
Yeah.
So
You don't want to try and like hurdling people
yeah,
like
yeah,
Josh Allen.
exactly. We talk about it, but I probably
You
won't do
know,
it for sure.
you know, I really like it when quarterbacks run the ball. I think
Yeah.
you've been pretty physical out there in terms of running it. Uh, what's the game plan in terms of how often you're able to run the ball? Is there design read options for
Mhm.
you, or is it just whenever you see fit, you take off?
Yeah, it's just kind of each week. You know, you always have your certain plays you want to run, have a
Yeah.
quarterback run, but going in this week is just kind of just like we're filling everything out, seeing what we want to run. It's still Tuesday practice is kind of just like we'll throw stuff in there, see if we like it or not. Take stuff out if we need to, and go from there.
Right.
But really, it's just like if I'm dropping back and I feel like I need to get out the pocket, then I will.
Hmm.
And you always have your design rounds every
Right.
now and then.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I think to have that dual threat as a quarterback for sure. And um, your Big 12 experience. You were the
Mhm.
quarterback at Texas Tech. You played them, a couple weeks back. What was it like just playing them and talking to your
Mhm.
former teammates and so?
Yeah, it was exciting. You know, it
Yeah.
was I got a lot of love there. Not really a lot of boos at all,
Yeah.
which is which was just a great feeling to feel.
Yeah,
It just felt a lot of love going back. That's a place where I was at for 3 years, kind of started
yeah,
my career. And it was great to see all my guys, my whole class that I came in with that were still there.
yeah,
We all got a group photo
yeah,
and everything like that. So it was great. It was a really good experience, and wish we could have came out with the win, but
yeah,
ball always does bounce your way. So
yeah.
it was just cool to see everybody, see all my people down there.
Yeah, that was great. My dad is a Texas Tech guy, so
Oh
he
yeah, that's
graduated
what's
from
up.
Texas Tech.
That's
So
nice. That's cool.
yeah, so
Big time.
yeah, so it's kind of like a rivalry that day. I was supporting
Yeah, for
Cougs
sure.
versus Texas Tech.
I'm
So
already knowing.
yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
and of course, I think when you were there, you had a big win over Texas. I think they're number 25. It was a overtime win that you were able to
Mhm.
get. Um, is there anything you can take away from that performance that can help you this week? Of course,
Mhm.
against they're a different team now, number
Yeah.
8. But is there anything you can take away from that?
Um, Really just watching the game and just understanding how young I was. Some of the decisions I made
Yeah.
was kind of young decisions. And I feel like my game has elevated a lot more
Hmm.
since that game. But I guess you really could just take away coming from that game. Just like every team is beatable.
Yeah.
Usually uh, you always have the underdog in a game usually, and just watching the game, understand like you execute your plays, you do what you need to do, and you do what you practice. You'll come
Yeah.
out with a win. So that's what just kind of took away from that one. Just understanding how young I was, improving those decisions, and just go execute the plays we put in.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Dana's really talked about you. He's given you a lot of praise and media availabilities and stuff, saying that you're turning into a really good player.
Yeah.
How do you, I guess, assess that from him?
Yeah, it's always good to hear from your coaches
Yeah,
or people who um, I guess kind of is that like look up to or anything like that, or
yeah,
just have a powerful opinion. Just feels good to hear.
yeah,
Just I feel like I am improving as well.
yeah,
Just coming from the UTSA game to now just maturing wise on the field and understanding certain things I need to do in certain situations that our offense will be in and how to execute them good. So definitely feels good to hear that.
awesome. I think you're doing a really great job as quarterback. I've seen a lot of the games. I've covered a few. I think you're doing your job out there. I think it's a bright future for you here. And last question: is there anything about you that you want the fans to know about you? Anything cool?
Uh, I don't really know if I got anything. I mean,
No.
if if anybody ever wants to go out hunting with bow and arrows, I can shoot a bow and arrow. I'm
Oh
pretty good
yeah.
at, yeah, pretty good at archery. So I always ask everybody, if you want me to shoot an apple off your head, I can do
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
when that time comes, I probably won't use a real arrow, but something soft, but
Yeah.
or just use like a little dummy to show that I can
Yeah.
actually do it. But
Awesome. Yeah,
that's
that's
all.
really great. Awesome, Donovan. Really appreciate the time.
Yes,
Thanks so
sir.
much, bro.
Thank you.
Good luck for the rest of the season, man.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much, bro.